Now, you see, if I were a woman, they've spoken of people pleasing. If I was a woman, right, so 20 minutes ago we had this magnificent, supremely deep, wise, brave, intellectual Iranian woman speaking of how they're building a resistance, or they have been building a resistance, to the wonky lot in Tehran. And what do we have here? Moan, moan, moan. Oh, women writers have been oppressed. Bullshit. Wendy Perriam books were everywhere in the 70s and 80s. George Eliot, I believe it was 15 years ago, Middlemarch, which actually isn't my favourite one of her books, Mary Ann Evans, was voted the best book, the best literature book of all time. And that was before this weird moan, moan, moan phase. Colette didn't have a problem. She was a great writer. Just letting go, no self-pity. You see, I regret it. I've even said self-pity there. Rachel Kushner writes a book and interweaves the manifesto of the Unabomber, and she does it in a way that, I mean, as me reading it, what's going on here? Is this? No, I don't cheat in Google. But a man wouldn't be allowed to do that. Anyway, moan, 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 moan. And all this does is, well, for the last decade, it has created this world where, in the last month or two, I'm not going to go into the detail, but I've been nudging is the wrong word. Oh no, that's male patriarchy. Okay? I just happen to have come across a situation, well, two actually, but a situation that needs some people acting in the community. And this arose in a place which is operated by a magnificent, no-nonsense battle-axe woman who did something in a community pretty backwards at the end of the day, that no man could have done. She's created a fantastic social enterprise that has by far the best selection of free. We're deliberately not using the term food bank, but community pantry food. Magnificent selection, and they've done a tremendous amount of hard work on that. Now, I'm not aware of any man who's done such an operation in all the various years I've been slightly on the breadline some of the time. But then you get to the stage of having to find a few compañeras, basically, because a man can't be too freelance within the community, otherwise you're just assumed to be a paedophile in this day and age. So, yeah. And I know that deep down, every single one of them is like, oh, I have good acquaintances. Every single one of them is just stuck in this half the time. But we're the patriarchy, not me. I'm very good at kind of making sure it's like I let them know straight away. I just happen to encounter a situation where you could be stepping forward, and it's a standard situation. That's the most important thing. Just a chance encounter that this situation needs taking forward. Now, here's the thing. They talk about people pleasing in there. Oh, well, the women for 100 years have had to people please people. If they're talking, if they're in the evening gatherings and there are publishers and things like that. Fuck off. If I was a woman, I'd be appalled at this, because the reality is What people pleasing is a sociopathic behaviour whereby, oh, I'm going to get involved, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm talking about well into middle-aged people, and every single woman, every single one plays at being involved or taking or being focused on something essential in the local community, not through me, because I have a younger person and an older person, both female. The younger person has got time, intelligence, and space in her life with her partner to take this thing forward. Now, people pleasing is just so time wasting. That's the killer. And I could and should and must expand upon this, but what's the net result? It's just so much time lost. But you see, this is how you actually say, look, with your fucking moaning is the wrong word, but just your endless looking for the negatives rather than let's talk about the positives. This magnificent Iranian woman and many others. Nope. The positive is as follows in my life. I've trained myself every time. I keep that in the back. Every time I do something in the back of this vehicle, I ponder before I move to the back. What else do I need to pick up when I'm in the back? Because it's a 20-second time waste each time I move into the back. Plus, it's expending my energy. And having life so organised such that the only way I've tolerated, got through, and I'm still working on this project. It's not a cause. It's just something that, anyway, let's, every single goddamn second, I am a pure artist of saving, such that a parking space isn't usually available here. So, coming to this place, this space is free. How am I going to use this space, where people can't see in, to maximum benefit? Because this space is available today. And it's also a very quiet space. And it's like I get into a kind of writerly mode. So make the most of this space when it's available. Now, this all sounds such absolute drivel, but I've had 13 years of this. Yes, people pleasing is not just according to women's no, it isn't a side effect of the patriarchal society. People pleasing is a bloody. The only question is, in fact, now if I'm to be completely intersectional and totally, for fuck's sake, I've been listening to senior female academics for 20 years. Plenty of them have got full power, and they get listened to, and blah, blah, blah. But the only actual question left is, can the women of the community, because things get done in communities, it's not that they get done by women, it's that that's the only way the community, particularly for the last 10 or 15 years, kind of feels safe with things progressing. But can they only operate within some official, rigorous structure that has got a committee, that's got a charity reference registration number? Now, what's really interesting about this is actually, yes, my number one sort of loose compañera over the years, she, 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, set out to do something regarding the River Arrow. And they've set up a group. It was so interesting. So interesting. Now, I know she shouldn't have. I could have predicted this on day one. But the actual politics of saving that river are going to be so tough. Yes, male landowners, whatever. Let's not go down there. But she set up a group, and wrongly, You see, who is she? I don't know who she really is. It's like, their real plan was to apply for charitable status for their trust to oversee a river which has been damaged. And then I'm speaking to her about a week ago, and God, she's pissed off. They, the women lanyard class, have denied her and her group charitable status because, even though you're in the middle of fucking nowhere, the marches, you don't have a DEI policy in place. This isn't going to be diverse enough. Now, my friend, woman, compañera is like, fuck all this. All of this is just self-pity and confected power play and censoriousness, which is going to mean that, now, she's wrong. Her group should just do it anyway. But her group has been delayed because they've been denied by a woman panel, almost entirely female panel, who are censoring their operation because there isn't enough plenishiness in it. Right, but I have to save every second, and I'm a bloody expert. That is the first thing. You see, none of these so-called activists, they want to change things. Love whoever you are, bloke. If you want to do anything, figure how to save every second first, as 20 years ago I realised I had to do. Right, action stations, soon.